Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Once again, this is Dr. K. Srinivas Reddy, Assistant Professor of Botany, Government Degree College for Women, Nalgonda. In my previous video, I have covered the nucleic acids and DNA. In this video, I am going to explain about RNA. What is RNA and the structure of RNA and types of RNA I am going to explain in this video. Okay. RNA stands for ribonucleic acid. Ribonucleic acid, RNA. Most prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells contain another important nucleic acid, the ribonucleic acid, RNA, besides DNA. Both RNA and DNA are present in most of the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Okay. Some viruses, however, contain no DNA but only RNA. In some viruses, only RNA is present. Only RNA is present. In such viruses, RNA is the sole genetic material and carries the responsibilities of DNA. Such RNA is called genetic RNA. In some viruses, only RNA is present. In such viruses, RNA is the sole genetic material and carries the responsibilities of DNA. Okay, such RNA is called genetic RNA. Example, if you take examples, TMV, tobacco mosaic virus, WTV, wound tumor virus, influenza virus, polio virus, and turnip yellow mosaic virus and coronavirus, etc. Viruses contains only RNA. In these viruses, RNA act as genetic material. Hence, the RNA present in these viruses are known as genetic RNA, which carries the responsibilities of DNA. Okay. Further, in those cells in which the genetic substance is DNA, there occur another kind of RNA molecules which are called non-genetic RNAs. In those cells in which the genetic material is DNA, there occur another kind of RNA molecule which are called non-genetic RNA. Those RNAs depends on DNA for their synthesis. The RNAs present in those cells where DNA is the genetic material, these RNAs depends on DNA for their synthesis and are ultimately translated into the linear sequence of amino acids in a polypeptide chain. The RNAs translated into polypeptide chains. RNAs are synthesized from DNA and later on these RNAs are translated into proteins, or you can say polynucleotides. Next, coming to the occurrence. Non-genetic RNA is generally found in the cytoplasm. Non-genetic RNA is generally found in the cytoplasm and the nucleolus. Non-genetic RNA is generally found in the cytoplasm and the nucleolus. In the cytoplasm, it is found freely but also found associated with ribosomes. In cytoplasm, RNA found freely and also found associated with ribosomes. RNA is also found in mitochondria and chloroplast. If we see the occurrence of RNA, particularly non-genetic RNA is found in the cells where DNA is the genetic material, right? In this type of cells, non-genetic RNA is generally found in the cytoplasm and also the nucleolus, which is present inside the nucleus. Okay, in cytoplasm, it is found freely. RNA may found freely in the cytoplasm and also found associated with ribosomes. Okay, ribosomes. And also RNA is also found in mitochondria and also chloroplast. Okay, coming to the structure of RNA. RNA is an unbranched polynucleotide. Okay, RNA is unbranched polynucleotide. RNA is made up of many nucleotides. RNA is made up of many ribonucleotides. RNA is formed by phosphodiester bonds between ribonucleotides in 3' to 5' direction. RNA is formed by phosphodiester bonds between ribonucleotides in 3' to 5' direction. And if you see the number of nucleotides in a RNA molecule as few as 75 to many thousands. The number of nucleotides in a RNA molecule varies from 75 to many thousands. Okay, and RNA nucleotides have ribose sugar. Here you can see RNA nucleotides have ribose sugar. Ribose sugar. This is the ribose sugar. In DNA molecule, deoxyribose sugar is present. This ribose sugar binds with phosphate. Phosphate here. Suppose, for example, this is the phosphate. This phosphate molecule binds with the fifth carbon. This is the fifth carbon of this ribose sugar and form a backbone, sugar phosphate backbone of ribonucleic acid. Okay, ribose sugar is present in the ribonucleotides. Ribose sugar is present in ribonucleotides, and this sugar form sugar phosphate backbone of the ribonucleotide or ribonucleic acid, you can say, RNA, ribonucleic acid. And here you can say 4 types of nitrogen bases are present in RNA molecule. They are adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil. These are the 4 nitrogen bases present in RNA molecule. Here, in between RNA and DNA, there is only one difference. In DNA, thymine is present. In place of thymine, uracil is present in RNA molecule. If you see the difference, the molecular difference between thymine and uracil, that is the only one functional group, that is methyl group is not present. Methyl group is not present on the 5th carbon position of thymine, where in thymine, methyl group is present on the 5th carbon. That is absent in case of uracil. That is the only difference. Here, 4 types of nitrogen bases, when they binds with sugar molecule, form 4 types of ribonucleosides. When adenine binds with ribose sugar, it forms a ribonucleoside, that is adenosine. In the picture here you can see this is a ribonucleoside. This is a ribonucleoside, that is adenosine. This nitrogen base is adenine. This nitrogen base is adenine. It binds with sugar and forms a nucleoside, that is adenosine. This one, adenosine. The same way, when guanine binds with the sugar molecule, ribose sugar, it forms guanosine. Guanosine. Okay. And likewise, cytosine, when binds with the sugar molecule, it forms a ribonucleoside, that is cytidine. Cytidine. And when uracil binds with the sugar molecule, it forms another ribonucleoside, that is uridine. Similarly, these four types of ribonucleosides form four types of nucleotides. Nucleosides, when binds with phosphate molecule, nucleotides are formed. Ribonucleotides are formed. Here, four types of nucleotides are present in a RNA molecule. Here, you can say when adenosine is the ribonucleoside. When it binds with phosphate molecule, it forms a ribonucleotide, that is adenylic acid. Adenylic acid. The same way, guanosine is another ribonucleoside. When it binds with phosphate molecule, it forms another nucleotide, that is guanylic acid. Cytidine. Cytidine binds with cytidine is another ribonucleoside. When it binds with phosphate molecule, it forms a ribonucleoside, that is cytidylic acid. The same way, when uridine binds with uridine is the ribonucleoside. When it binds with phosphate molecule, it forms uridylic acid. Uridylic acid. So in this way, four nucleotides are present in the RNA molecule or RNA polynucleotide chain. So these four types of nucleotides are repeatedly present in the polynucleotide chain of RNA. In number, in number, it may be present 1,000 nucleotides or 1,500 nucleotides or 5,000 nucleotides in a polynucleotide of RNA. But if you categorize all these nucleotides, uh, there are four types of nucleotides present. If you group or if you categorize all the nucleotides which are present in RNA, they can be categorized into four types: adenylic acid group, guanylic acid group, cytidylic acid group of nucleotides, and uridylic acid group of nucleotides. So four types of nucleotides are present in RNA molecule like DNA. There is only one difference. In case of thymidyllic acid, here uridylic acid is present. Uridylic acid is present. And one more important thing is that here in RNA, nitrogen bases do not show complementary base pairing. Okay, complementary base pairing or complementarity. Hence, there is no 1:1 ratio between purines and pyrimidines. Okay, there is no 1:1 ratio between purines and pyrimidines like in DNA. Where in DNA, purines, pyrimidines are present. Purines and pyrimidines show 1:1 ratio. As complementary base pairing is present in DNA, that is absent in RNA. So that here purines do not nitrogen bases do not show 1:1 ratio. Nitrogen bases do not show 1:1 ratio in case of RNA. Okay. Let us discuss about the types of RNA. Three types of non-genetic RNAs are found in all prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Three types of non-genetic RNAs. The RNA which is present in the cells where DNA is the genetic material. Both DNA and RNA is present in the cells where DNA acts as genetic material, and RNA useful for the synthesis of proteins only in those cells. Okay, here three types of non-genetic RNAs are present in all cells, all prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells except the viruses. They are Number 1, messenger RNA. It is also known as mRNA. Second one, ribosomal RNA or rRNA. Third one, transfer RNA or tRNA. Messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, transfer RNA. Messenger RNA or mRNA carries the genetic information from DNA to ribosomes where protein synthesis is taking place. Ribosomal RNA found in the ribosomes and helps in the formation of peptide bonds in between the amino acids. And transfer RNA bringing the amino acids to the ribosomes and play a key role in protein synthesis. So in this way, three types of RNAs play an important role in protein synthesis. And let us discuss about the first type of mRNA, that is messenger RNA or mRNA. Okay. Coming to messenger RNA or mRNA, mRNA carries genetic information from DNA to ribosomes where protein synthesis takes place. mRNA carries genetic information from DNA to ribosomes where protein synthesis takes place. So it acts as a messenger. mRNA acts as a messenger. Therefore, Jacob and Monod named this RNA as mRNA in the year 1961. Messenger RNA or mRNA. The term mRNA or messenger RNA was coined by Jacob and Monod in the year 1961. Okay, and mRNA is about 5 to 10% of the total quantity of RNA found in the cytoplasm. mRNA is about 5 to 10% of the total quantity of RNA present in the cytoplasm. Okay, and the molecular mass or molecular weight of mRNA is 5 into 10 to the power of 6 daltons. The molecular weight of mRNA is 5 into 10 to the power of 6 daltons. Okay. Generally, mRNA is formed as complementary strand from one of the two strands of DNA by a process called transcription. mRNA is formed as complementary strand from one of the two strands of DNA by a process called transcription. Transcription is nothing but the formation of mRNA from one of the two strands of DNA. Okay, so the sequence of bases, nitrogen bases on each mRNA is complementary to antisense strand of DNA. Okay, as it is formed from one of the two strands of DNA. Okay, so the nitrogen bases sequence on each mRNA is complementary to antisense strand of DNA. One of the strand is called sense strand, another strand is called antisense strand. The sequence of nitrogen bases on each mRNA is complementary to antisense strand of DNA. Okay, mRNA immediately diffuses into the cytoplasm where protein synthesis takes place. Okay, after formation, the mRNA immediately diffuses into the cytoplasm where protein synthesis takes place. In prokaryotes, mRNA is metabolically unstable. In prokaryotes, mRNA is metabolically unstable with half-life time from a few seconds to about 2 minutes. The half-life of mRNA in prokaryotes is about few seconds to 2 minutes. Hence, transcription and translation proceeds immediately. In prokaryotes, the mRNA is unstable and the half-life is few seconds to about 2 minutes. Few seconds to 2 minutes. Hence, the transcription and translation proceed simultaneously. Okay, but in eukaryotes, it is relatively stable and half-life is ranging from a few hours to 1 day. In eukaryotes, the half-life of the mRNA is ranging from few hours to 1 day. Whereas in prokaryotes, the half-life of mRNA is few seconds to about 2 minutes. So that transcription and translation proceed simultaneously. Okay. And here in prokaryotes, single mRNA translate more than one polypeptide chain or more than one polypeptide. Such mRNA is known as polycistronic mRNA. In prokaryotes, mRNA translates more than one polypeptide chain. Such mRNA is called as polycistronic mRNA. Polycistronic mRNA found in prokaryotes only. But in eukaryotes, mRNA translates single polypeptide chain. But in eukaryotes, mRNA translates single polypeptide chain. Such mRNA is known as monocistronic mRNA. Monocistronic mRNA, which translates only single polypeptide chain. Polycistronic mRNA translate more than one polypeptide chain, whereas monocistronic mRNA translate only one or single polypeptide chain. Okay. Both the eukaryotic and prokaryotic mRNAs have the following features. They are: number one, a 5' leader sequence. A leader sequence is present at the 5' end of both the RNAs, both eukaryotic and prokaryotic RNAs. And the second one is that a coding region is present in the mRNA, both in eukaryotic and prokaryotic mRNAs. And third feature is that non-coding region is present at the 3' end. Non-coding region. Non-coding region is present at the 3' end. A leader sequence is present at the 5' end. In generally, it is not translated. Leader sequence is not translated, and which is present at the 5' end. Okay. And coming to the coding region, which begins with about 1500 nucleotides. It starts with 1500 nucleotides, and this region translates protein. This region, this coding region of mRNA, translates protein. And a non-coding region is present at the 3' end, usually missense codon or nonsense codon is present at this region of non-coding region of mRNA, usually which is present at the 3' end. Both types of mRNA molecules synthesized with triphosphate group at the 5' end. A group of triphosphate is present at the 5' ends of both eukaryotic and prokaryotic mRNA. So there is no basic difference between eukaryotic and prokaryotic mRNAs. There is no basic difference between eukaryotic and prokaryotic mRNAs. Let us see the structure of a prokaryotic mRNA first. Later on, we will discuss about the eukaryotic mRNA structure. Okay. Let us first discuss about the prokaryotic mRNA. In prokaryotes, different genes concerned with same traits are often found clustered together in a group known as operon. Different genes concerned with same trait are often found clustered together in a group known as an operon. All genes in the present in the operon are transcribed into a single mRNA molecule. All the genes present in the operon are transcribed into a single mRNA molecule. These mRNA molecules are polycistronic and carries codes for several adjacent DNA strands or genes. The mRNA carries codes for several adjacent genes of DNA. Moreover, the prokaryotic mRNAs have no specific significance at 5' end, so that ribosomes can bind many sites in the interior of mRNAs, each resulting in the synthesis of different proteins. Like I said earlier, mRNAs of prokaryotic cells are polycistronic. It means each mRNA translates more than one protein or one polypeptide chain. So each mRNA carries codes for several adjacent genes of DNA, and also there is no specific significance at the 5' end, so that ribosomes can bind many places in the interior of mRNA, and each resulting in the synthesis of different proteins. Okay, let us see the structure of prokaryotic RNA. Here you can see the prokaryotic mRNA in the picture very clearly. As I said, this is the 5' end of mRNA, and this is the 3' end of mRNA, and a triphosphate group which is present at the 3' end. Whereas in case of eukaryotic mRNAs, methylated guanines are present. Here it is absent. So that's the reason why there is no significance. There is no significance, specified significance at the 5' end. Okay, and here coding regions, different coding regions are present. 3 different coding regions are present in the mRNA. Coding region for protein alpha, and coding region for protein beta, and coding region for protein gamma. And each coding region consists of its initiation codon and one stopping codon. Here this is the coding region for protein alpha. Okay, and this region consists of, here you can see the blue region. This is the initiation codon. Usually AUG acts as initiation codon both in prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Okay, this blue region is the initiation codon. Usually AUG acts as initiation codon, and there is one black region at the end of coding region. Here you can see this is the stopping codon. Stopping codon. So this region, this coding region with the one initiation codon and stopping codon can synthesize one polypeptide chain. And here also you can see this is one more coding region. This region also consists initiation codon. This blue region represents initiation codon, and this black region initiates. This black region is the stopping codon, and this region synthesizes one more protein, that is protein beta protein. And here you can see one more coding region. This region also contains one initiation codon and one stopping codon, and this is the 3' end of mRNA, and this is the 5' end of mRNA. And here you can see this is the leader sequence. Leader sequence usually which is not translates protein. It is also known as non-coding region. So in this way, prokaryotic mRNA translates more than one polypeptide chain, hence it is called as polycistronic mRNA. Prokaryotic mRNA is also known as polycistronic mRNA. Let us coming to the eukaryotic mRNA. Eukaryotic mRNA has a cap at the 5' end. This is the cap, 5' end. A triphosphate group is also present, like in prokaryotic mRNA. Triphosphate group is present at the 5' end, and non-coding region or leader sequence is also present at the 5' end. This is the non-coding region or NCR. NCR, non-coding region. And initiation codon is also present, which appears in blue color in the picture. And this region is the coding region. Single coding region is present in eukaryotic mRNA, as it codes only, as it translates only single protein. And here you can see the stopping codon at 3' end. And also here you can see poly A tail is present at the 3' end. Poly A tail is present at the 3' end. Usually it is absent in prokaryotic mRNA. Cap. First we are going to discuss about the cap. At the 5' end, methylated guanines are present. This is known as cap. At the 5' end of eukaryotic mRNA, methylated guanines are present. This is known as cap. Immediately after the cap, non-coding region is present, which is appear in red color in the picture. Immediately after the cap, about 10 to 100 nucleotide length region is present at the 5' end. This is known as non-coding region, or it is also known as leader sequence. This sequence not translates protein, so that it is called non-coding region. Leader sequence not translates protein. Immediately after the leader sequence, initiation codon is present. Here AUG is the initiation codon, which starts the synthesis of polypeptide chain. AUG is present both in prokaryotic and eukaryotic mRNAs. AUG is present as initiation codon. Okay. After initiation codon, you find the coding region on mRNA. This is the coding region, which is about 1500 nucleotides, which consists of about 1500 nucleotides. This region translates proteins. Coding region translates protein. After coding region, there you find a stopping codon. Stopping codon is present after coding region. In eukaryotic cells, the stopping codons are UAA, UAG, UAA, UAG, and UGA. These are the three codons, are called nonsense codons. Whenever these codons appear, the protein synthesis or polypeptide chain elongation stops. Usually in stopping codon, UAA or UAG or UGA, any one of the codon, nonsense codon is present at the region of stopping codon at the 3' end, okay, which stops the protein synthesis or polypeptide chain elongation. Later on, a poly A tail is present at the 3' end of eukaryotic mRNA. Poly A or a polyadenylated tail. Polyadenylated tail, this one. Polyadenylated tail is present at the 3' end of eukaryotic mRNA. This tail is added after transcription. Poly A tail is added after transcription. And the cap or a polymethylated guanines are present in the cap region. The cap region protects against exonucleases present in the cytoplasm. The cap of eukaryotic mRNA, usually which consists of methylated guanines, which protects the mRNA against exonucleases, against the activity of exonucleases which are found in the cytoplasm. Okay, and if you see the differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic mRNAs, here you can see in eukaryotic mRNA, a cap is present at the 5' end, that is absent in prokaryotic mRNA. Cap is absent in prokaryotic mRNA. In the same way, poly A tail, which is present at the 3' end of eukaryotic mRNA, which is absent in prokaryotic mRNA. There is no poly A tail in prokaryotic mRNA. And this prokaryotic mRNA has more than one coding region, whereas eukaryotic mRNA has only one coding region. So these are the few differences. Basically, both are having same features, but there are some differences in the structure. Basically, both prokaryotic and eukaryotic mRNAs are same. Both have 5' leading sequences, coding region, and non-coding region, or you can say stopping region, right? Non-coding region. So in this way, prokaryotic mRNA can translate more than one protein, whereas eukaryotic mRNA can translate only one protein. So that's the reason why eukaryotic mRNA is called as monocistronic mRNA, whereas prokaryotic mRNA is called polycistronic mRNA. Polycistronic mRNA. And due to lack of time, I am unable to continue the topic. In my next video, I am going to explain ribosomal RNA and tRNA in detail. In this video, we have covered what is RNA and the structure of RNA and the types of RNA, and also we have discussed about mRNA, messenger RNA. mRNA are RNAs, ribonucleic acids. Ribonucleic acids. Ribonucleic acids are the unbranched polynucleotides. Unbranched polynucleotides. RNAs are made up of due to the phosphodiester bonds between ribonucleotides from 3' to 5'. 3' to 5'. And there are 4 types of nucleotides which are present in mRNA: adenylic acid, guanylic acid, cytidyllic acid, and uridylic acid. Adenylic acid, thymidyllic acid, cytidyllic acid, and uridylic acid. These are the 4 types of nucleotides found in mRNA. These 4 types of nucleotides are arranged in different sequences, and they are bound each other with phosphodiester bonds. As a result, a polyribonucleotide strand is formed. That is what we call RNA. RNA. 3 types of RNAs are present. 3 types of non-genetic RNAs are present. 3 types of non-genetic RNAs are present in the cytoplasm as well as nucleolus. Okay. They are mRNA, messenger RNA, rRNA, ribosomal RNA, and transfer RNA. Messenger RNA carries the genetic information from DNA to ribosomes where protein synthesis takes place. Transfer RNA, it brings amino acids to ribosomes where protein synthesis takes place and play an important role in protein synthesis. And the ribosomal RNA, which is present in the ribosomes and involved in the formation of polypeptide bonds in between amino acids. In this way, these three types of non-genetic RNAs play an important role in the synthesis of a polypeptide chain, or you can say protein. Coming to mRNA, it is also known as messenger RNA. Messenger RNA, it carries the genetic information from DNA to ribosomes where protein synthesis is taking place. It acts as a messenger so that Jacob and Monod named this RNA as mRNA, as it carries the information from DNA to ribosomes, right? So that this RNA named as mRNA or messenger RNA, mRNA or messenger RNA. Okay, and if you say mRNA is formed from the DNA, mRNA is formed as complementary strand of one of the two strands of DNA by a process called transcription. mRNA is formed from the one of the two strands of DNA molecule, so that the nitrogen base sequence on mRNA is complementary to the antisense strand of DNA. Usually in prokaryotes, single mRNA can translate more than one polypeptide, so that such mRNAs are called as polycistronic mRNAs. The mRNAs of prokaryotes are called polycistronic mRNAs as they translate more than one polypeptide chain, whereas the mRNA of eukaryotes can translate only single polypeptide chain, so that such polypeptide chains are called, such mRNAs are called monocistronic mRNAs. Polycistronic mRNAs are present in prokaryotes, monocistronic mRNAs are present in eukaryotes. Okay, and both eukaryotic and prokaryotic mRNAs have the same features. They are, number one is 5' leader sequence, 5' and leader sequence, coding region, and non-coding region. These are the common features found in both prokaryotic and eukaryotic mRNAs. 5' leader sequence, which is not translates into protein, which is not translates protein, and coding region, which is about with 50 tandem nucleotides and usually translates protein. And non-coding region consists of a nonsense codon and stops the protein synthesis or polypeptide chain elongation. So usually which is present at the 3' end. Stopping codon is present at the 3' end. These are the common features found in both prokaryotic and eukaryotic mRNAs. Coming to the prokaryotic mRNAs, if you discuss in detail, in prokaryotes, different genes concerned with same trait are often found in groups known as operon. All the genes present in an operon are transcribed into a single mRNA molecule. These mRNA molecules are polycistronic and carries codes for several adjacent genes of DNA, several adjacent DNA strands, or you can say, or genes. And moreover, these 5' ends of these mRNAs have no specific significance. Hence, ribosomes can bind many places in the interior of mRNA, each resulting in the synthesis of different types of proteins or different proteins. And each prokaryotic mRNA has a triphosphate group at 5' end, and a leader sequence is also present at the 5' end, and more than one coding region is present, and each coding region has its own initiation codon and stopping codon. Initiation codon and stopping codon. When coming to the eukaryotic mRNA, eukaryotic mRNA has a cap at the 5' end and a non-coding region at the 5' end, and it has a initiation codon and has a coding region and has a stopping codon at 3' end, and also a poly A tail at the 3' end. Cap. Coming to the cap, at the 5' end, methylated guanines are present at the 5' end. This is known as cap. This cap protects mRNA against the activity of exonucleases present in the cytoplasm. Okay. Immediately after the cap region, about 10 to 100 nucleotide length region is present, which is known as non-coding region or NCR, which is also known as leader sequence, usually which is not translates protein, After the NCR region or non-coding region, initiation codon is present. Usually AUG acts as initiation codon. After the initiation codon, coding region is present, which consists of about 1500 nucleotides. This region translates protein. Coding region translates protein. At the end of 3', there is a stopping codon. In eukaryotic cells, usually 3 codons acts as stopping codons or nonsense codons: UAA, UAG, UGA. So any one of these 3 codons may be present in the stopping codon region, which stops the elongation of polypeptide chain. And also a poly A tail is present at the 3' end. This poly A tail is added after transcription. Okay. So these are the points which we have discussed in this video. In my next video, I am going to explain rRNA and tRNA. So this topic, types of RNA, is also very important for your semester and examinations as well as competitive examinations, right? So I think my video is helpful to you, and I would like to thank all of you for patiently watching my video. Thank you one and all. We will meet in my next video. Bye bye.